So is Josh Kraft of the Krafts jumping into the Boston mayor's race? It's sure looking that way. Reporter Emma Platoff joins us with the latest developments. Emma, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Josh Kraft, who is he in the org chart here and what is happening?
So Josh Kraft is the younger son of billionaire owner of the Patriots, Robert Kraft. He's someone who's been very active in nonprofits in Boston. And over the last year or so, it's been widely rumored that he was considering jumping into the mayor's race against Michelle Wu. My colleague and I reported this morning, according to people who've spoken to him about it, that he does plan to run, and he is eyeing an announcement soon, potentially in February.
Very good. Okay, and what started all of this, of course, the mayor's race is this year in 2025, and what started a lot of the speculation is when he moved from Chestnut Hill into the North End, buying a condo there. What will his sort of take? What is his lane? What's his argument against unseating a mayor?
There are some business groups who have criticisms of the mayor. You know, they say she has not been friendly to real estate or to development. There are certainly the sort of anti-progressive voices in the city, people who don't like bike lanes, people who feel she hasn't been doing enough to sort of protect business interests. The mayor is pushing forward on sort of a controversial plan with White Stadium right now. We know that that's something that has a lot of residents, you know, upset on all sides. So I think that we can expect to hear Kraft talk about issues like that as he moves forward with the bid. Also, there was recently a messy fight on Beacon Hill regarding taxes in the city. I think that's something we can expect to come up again, particularly as Mayor Wu again looks to the State House for permission to shift the tax burden in the city.
I mean, we should note, this is highly unusual that a mayor of Boston, number one, would be seriously challenged for re-election. That does not happen. I mean, they are challenged, but they usually crush it. But second, your first re-election bid. I mean, Mayor Menino didn't have a single opponent when Marty Walsh did it. He had a district councilor run, and he crushed him. This seems to be a serious challenge, largely because of super PACs and the Kraft money. What is unusual about this moment that would cause someone to even challenge a sitting incumbent mayor? Is it the things you talked about, or is there something else going on, you think?
I think this is a very weird time politically for those reasons you mentioned. I mean, also we swore in President Donald Trump yesterday for his second term. Of course, the Kraft family has had ties to Trump. As you say, this is an uphill battle for Joshua Kraft, but he has two of the things that candidates need the most, those being money and name ID.
Yes.
Right? The Krafts love them, hate them, think they should have made a different choice of coach. This is a name that people know in Boston, and certainly this is going to be a well-funded campaign.
I am still reminded, though, that it starts off, anyway, it looks like it starts off where the last general election ended, where you had sort of this conservative Anissa Essabi-George candidate against the progressive, deeply well-organized campaign of Michelle Wu. That may be where it starts, but then, of course, we have more personalities, and she has been an incumbent, right?
Absolutely. And I mean, if you want to talk about that general election race, I believe Michelle Wu won all 22 wards in the city of Boston. You are starting as a challenger to Michelle Wu with a map that does not look very friendly to you. And Anissa Essabi-George, of course, was someone who had been elected citywide as a councilor before. So I think there are a lot of reasons to see this as an uphill battle for Kraft. That said, he has some important advantages, and one of them is money.
Yeah, well, we obviously saw in San Francisco even last year where a woman of color mayor who faced some challenges was ousted by the Levi jeans heir white guy who's now the new mayor of San Francisco. Who knows what's going to happen? But anyway, Emma Platoff from our politics team helping break you the story today. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
For daily access to Boston Globe Today, all segments and episodes are available on demand in the Boston Globe app by clicking Watch.